That's like zoo
and
stuff
last time
too.
we saw, yeah, zoo. I guess that does count as zoo as well. But last time we saw EG, what was it? Was it the Queen of Pain and Puck? Were those the two heroes that Abed? I mean, it was against 5-man Midas, but he went completely, absolutely ham. But it looks like the position ones for the most part are what they're focusing on here. So Ursa is still one of the prime position ones left.
This is just both teams like banning all the carries. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Medusa's still there. We still have that hero.
Yeah, EG had typically picked up their Abed her, at least in the early part of the league, you know, when Bat Rider and such was such a prominent pickup for the mini patch. They would grab that up nice and early, but yeah, they're holding off the Abed pick unless it is the DP flex, of course. But here we go. For the namesake, and on your best of one, here comes Undying for Team Undying.
Well, he plays 2 heroes, so he gets his second. I'm sure he's pretty happy about that. It's not quite the Enchantress, of course. That hero is literally unkillable, whereas Undying just dies over and over in the game. So a little bit of a different strategy there, as it were. But yeah, in terms of the carries, Morphling, Ursa are the main 2 that come to mind in terms of what they've been playing a lot. Earthshaker was very popular, obviously, pre the patch, and EG took it both times in their games against Undying, but unlikely to see that here, as probably 3 out of the 4 supports are picked.
I think if you're EG, you're happy about this Undying pick. Like, you just throw the Death Prophet Earth Spirit in lane against this hero, and I don't think any of the like current meta carries do that well against Death Prophet in lane. I actually think that's a big reason why she's such a strong offlaner, because like any Troll, Monkey King, Ursa, like any of these heroes just don't do anything to a DP in lane. And we've seen the Earth Spirit versus Undying matchup. Like, you just get boots and you run away from the Undying, and then Death Prophet's like the fastest move speed hero in the game, and she's not a strength hero, so you actually don't care about the Undying. So maybe Dubu's, I don't want to say his hero pool's limited, because I feel like it's not. I feel like he just still always plays like the same heroes every game. Maybe the Undying team like really relies on him playing that hero. Okay, they go for the Tidehunter, which I would actually imagine is probably a 5.
Yeah, I mean, it of course has also been Ice's off-lane pick a couple of times earlier in the league.
You know what, actually?
But, yeah.
They could do it as a 3 if they have the Beastmaster solo if they have the Tide solo safe lane versus the Beast. Like, I don't think you pick this Tide to run it into the Undying. I think they've
done that already. They did that. You know, I can't remember who they did it against, but I think it was even with the Tidehunter too. They did an aggro lane setup and gave Tide the solo lane in a winning matchup where Ice farmed and pulled out the W.
But then I think you need really strong tri-laners, because you're tri-laning into an Undying who, you know, has this like AoE decay.
I feel like EG is trying to bait out the Slark pick that Undying picked up both times in their games and got smashed both times because the hero. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me. I feel like Slark as a hero right now, either it needs to be the perfect game for him, or he just needs to snowball, which is something I feel like he can never really consistently bank on.
I think
obviously really good against Tide.
To win the game as a Slark, you have to. I really think that you should run this Tide as a 5 now. I feel like Death Prophet just completely dumpsters Ursa in lane. She just sits there and right clicks him from super far away, and he literally is like this gap close hero that tries to just run at you. And Death Prophet's the fastest move speed hero in the game. I think you just pull from Europe and run this Tide as like a sub right now.
Not something I've ever seen Fly do. I mean, it's Tidehunter, so I'm sure you can kind of make it work, of course, but nonetheless, something.
To be
unless
fair,
he's been grinding in scrims, he might be rusty
when he was
on.
playing for Secret, he played off lane, and he played a lot of Tidehunter. It was like the only hero that they allowed him to play, actually, if I remember correctly. And then he got kicked, so like maybe Tidehunter's not the best, but
familiar with the hero, but certainly going to be interesting if they have it in that kind of laning setup and you're neutered a bit on the farm you're probably used to, but nonetheless still brings that potent team fight and pressure. But yeah, what is the Arteezy hero looking to be? Lots of those Candid heroes have already been banned and taken off the table, and Ursa's already out there. They go with the PL. Okay,
really good PL
against
pick.
the Undying.
Yeah, great. It's like the beast counter lane too. Like this beast. It's so annoying playing beast into PL. Like, you basically have to go axes, but he has a Rubik with him, so like he doesn't have a coddle to like spam the axes or anything like that. The board just does nothing to a PL. By the time you have your Necro, PL has enough Wraith Bands and Treads. he can literally just run at your necros and kill them before you can roar him. It's so annoying.
Is the PL, you think, good enough to be able to handle an aggro lane, even though it's against an Undying, if they do decide to put this Tide as a 3?
I don't think so. I think what they're doing, I actually really like the Tide as a 5 right now, because not only like is this like a trending thing that people are doing that looks pretty good in general, but think about like what we're talking about, right? We're saying like, okay, aggro so that way Tide can go against the Beast. If you run the Tide as a 5, he gets to go against the Beast, right? Like then if Beast rotates to the safe lane, Tide's a 5, he can just rotate there as well. You're just sitting there and gushing and anchor smashing boars. Like it actually legit. I really want to see them run this Tide as a 5. I mean, we'll see, but it feels like it could be a good game for it.
I think you have to either pick, if you're EG, pick or ban Puck right now. Puck's really good against well, PL specifically, and I guess Earth Spirit, but who cares about that? But they still need a mid from each respective side. Now they're starting to ban them. So Void Spirit, obviously Lesh would have been amazing against PL in the mid to late game, and gives them extra push potential as well.
Storm's out there too.
So
I mean, I could see potentially either side.
We've seen Undying running Bryle on these like non-carry heroes on the mid lane, and I think it's the only time that they don't look strong. I think Undying play the best when they have some sort of like carry-esque mid lane. So that's the only reason that I'm like against the Puck, is just because I feel like this team is exceptional when Bryle's like the guy that is the win condition. As amazing as Tomato is, I think Tomato's really good at running around and getting active, which is why Ursa and Monkey King are great heroes for him. Because they can actually like be active, They're not like a PL or like a PA who just sits in jungle. Like, these heroes can jungle, but they can also fight, which is nice.
It's not a carry per se, but I think on paper Tiny is pretty good for Undying against this EG lineup. It's basically just Tide that he doesn't Avatos combo away, unless it's a position 5 type, which we're assuming it might be.
Yeah, Tiny has been that fallback when the spirits aren't there, but I kind of side with Jenkins also that it's a bit snowball-y, and whereas when he's done like the more for even DK, if they did the old anime DK.
Lycan is still there.
Storm Spirit.
Storm.
Okay,
so
Storm.
It looks like they were either running a 5 Death Prophet or a 5 Tide with Abed Storm mid. And I think for the lanes, like it's much better to run DP as your offlaner.
10 seconds remaining.
So let's see. I mean, Puck is really Puck is banned.
Remaining.
They banned
They
it.
banned it
Actually.
themselves.
Yeah. So I don't know what a winning laning matchup against Storm is that also is more of an objective kind of core than a snowball-y move around core. If you're hoping to get that playstyle on Bryle, that is.
Okay, they just go for the Wind Ranger.
The trusty.
Yeah.
The trusty.
Yeah.
When in doubt, no one's gonna ban that hero. That's for damn sure.
All right, gentlemen.
Ooh.
Okay.
Best of one. It's all this. Got to make a prediction.
I know I predicted Undying before the draft, but I actually like EG's draft more. I feel like PL, they got nothing for him. Ursa, it feels like pretty bad against PL generally. So I'll go with EG in this game.
Jenkins?
I'm gonna go EG as well. I feel like there's not enough to stop the PL and the Storm in this game. I think by the time Wind is strong, the Storm and the PL will be popping off.
It is a 3 tide though.
It is, yeah.
Interesting.
They're gonna do some crazy
you're right.
laning shenanigans.
Okay, we'll see if the anime power of Undying will shut down Evil Geniuses or if EG's draft will get it done. We go to a break, but when we come back, we have got Trent, GoDz, and special guest Aui2000 on the TriCast. Be here for that.
And we're here. What should be the final day of the North American Dota professional circuit has come. We've got tiebreakers between Evil Geniuses, Undying, and Sad Boys. And Quincy Crew. Sad Boys, they play later. Joining me is Trent and Aui2000. Trent, you excited for today?
Yes. This is it's tiebreakers today. I'm sure a lot of you already tuned into to Europe. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, my bad. Yes, stream can hear me. Apologies. Thank you. Now my co-casters can also hear me. Sorry. Yeah, you guys have been tuning in all day, I'm sure, to tiebreakers. Don't worry, there's a pause. Don't panic, guys. All right, Moon's got a mouse problem. So yeah, we got a lot of things to figure out here today, and the easiest thing to do is to just win.
Just win. Yeah. Then you don't have to worry about any shenanigans. How do you go about just winning at AUI? Which of these teams do you feel like set themselves up to just win?
I think overall EG's draft is more solid, but Undying have this like snowball potential. I think both top lane and bottom lane, they can actually win these lanes pretty well. I'm not too sure, because traditionally versus Beastmaster, you want like heroes that kill the boar, and like PL is supposed to be good versus him in lane, but I don't know if DP's like if you have PLCM, then Beastmaster lane is pretty much unplayable. But DP doesn't offer any like slows or stuns for the boar to kill it. So I think if Beastmaster goes boars in this lane, then he can win that lane, and top lane, you have the potential. Oh, they're actually looking to go aggro on Undying.
I think they're assuming that they're going to go aggro on EG, and they think that they're going to send Ice bottom to try and match the Saberlight Beast.
Yeah, that... I mean, that's not bad, actually. I think Ursa... I mean, I don't know when it's how it is now, but I know I played a game with, like, no one Ursa, who played versus PL, and he just hunted him the entire game, because if you get that first hit on him, then you can see which one's real with the Fury swipes.
Right. What could Arteezy's doing where he's standing? I think he was trying to dodge potential Hawks and stuff, too. He's, like, trying to cut the trees, but, like, I don't think they've actually seen any of the heroes down here, or top.
Well, one of the things the panel talked about was the ability to flex these heroes in different roles. The Tidehunter to a support, something we've seen in Europe, but EG, a team that has not flexed heroes between roles at all. Only the Pengo has been played by multiple different players when it comes to EG, so it's I don't know if it's surprising or just the EG way where they kind of stick to what works for them.
Yeah, I think EG, I mean, they're pretty confident in this lane, even though, because they were talking in the panel about having this 5 Tidehunter, and I really like the idea. But I think EG, just because they're Radiant, they're pretty confident in playing Tidehunter Earth Spirit into pretty much any of the Undying heroes this game, just because the Poe is so strong on Radiant.
Yeah, that's true.
Early TPs. I think Undying caught wind that they did not get the lane matchup they wanted, so Saberlight instant TPs down bottom. And Ursa's going to TP up top. We'll see if EG follows suit with their own TPs, or if they're just going to, like you say, be happy with the lanes and play it out.
Yeah, I think EG should be okay with this, honestly. Like, Ice is very good at getting more out. Like, that's honestly his specialty, like getting more out of this lane than he should. And, like, it's Undying, which is annoying, but the lane's already pushing for him. They're going to pull the second wave, and he should be fine.
Yeah, he's, you know, maybe it was a long time ago, but he definitely spent like a good 6 or 7 years playing the offlane like this, right? You know, no friends, always up against it. That was kind of the old classic for the position 3 players.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I used to see like some Light of Heaven Windrunner, and he would go hit Ancients through like some gap in the map.
The Quelling Blade?
And that's what you would get.
Yeah.
Well, Ice gets us an early first blood. I don't think that's what he was planning.
He just died to decay. Like, he just got right-clicked to death. There were no stuns, there were no slows. He was just overplaying his hand a bit, and he had the stick charges, but I think just barely didn't manage to get those out.
Actually, yeah, he just straight up took 585 damage from Undying. That's it.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. You can see the impact of decay, right?
Sometimes that's just life, I guess. That death is actually, it's surprisingly impactful because it lets Dubu be freed up to get the small camp pull up, and now the lane equilibrium is reset. Because normally you do this pull as Earth Spirit. And if Crit Man, actually this hard camp is blocked, so this will actually free up Crit because it's going to double wave back into Tidehunter after they finish the small camp. He got the worst camp in the game. I should get removed, thank you. I hate the kobolds.
Yeah. Yeah, but they got that sassy guy with the wine goblet, I don't know. Maybe he can just get a few more creeps. Would that help?
Yeah, just make it strong.
Bigger.
Every other camp in the game actually does something when you single pull it. And that camp, like, you can pull just the range creep and it won't kill the range creep. It's actually very silly.
Let's add a few more kobolds. You know, 5 is not enough.
Yeah.
Let's get to like 7 or 8.
Alchemist buffed again, God? I don't know. All right. Hold on.
But yeah, Crit's plan seems to just be to continue pulling waves. He's managed to grab a double range creep from behind the tower, so he's gonna get this for Ice behind the tier 1, I imagine.
They can deny a lot of creeps with this.
Yeah, he barely caught that too. Like, he rolled in and snagged it as it was going under the tower. It was really nice. Oh.
Unfortunately, it's under the tower, so they're not going to get as many denies off.
Yeah. Well, still getting the CS at least.
That's pretty unfortunate though, because Ursa, Tomato did a really good job top. He kept the lane control, he's going to deny 4 creeps out of EXP here, and like, even though they're doing this lane pull stuff, like, he's not really losing that much.
Well, talked a lot about this top lane. Looking at some of our other lanes, down bottom it seems like Arteezy's doing just fine farming against the Beastmaster. It doesn't really feel like either lane has pulled away or done a whole lot to dominate this lane at all.
To be honest, I feel like if Beastmaster gets to go boars and he's having a decent lane though, he's eventually going to kick P out of lane. So I think that's actually favored for Undying there too.
And we saw Moon walk home and do the TP mid to refill the bottle before the 4-minute rune too. So now Bryle should have a pretty big advantage in that fight.
Yeah, we'll see what supports come and look to influence those runes. Crit is near this top rune, so you're going to imagine he's going to try and help secure it for Abed, but Undying also rotating their Undying to the top rune. So 4-minute rune's coming up soon, and Abed's going to gamble on the bottom one, and it's going to be a haste rune, so he gets the fortunate rune spawn.
That's just the outskill right there.
That's you know, some people got it, some people don't get it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. $12 last hits now for Ice. Nice. Catching up. A little bit, I mean, kind of even there with Saberlight. Still our only death of the game, though.
Yeah, I feel like none of the lanes really have that much kill threat. We're going to see Crit start to work his way through bottom, but Moon plays a really good ward here. It's completely nullifying the Thirst Spirit rotate.
Yeah, and in combination with the haste rune, it's like, yeah, Abed's living past 6, you know? Like, you love killing the guy before level 6, but not this game.
Yeah, Crit really wants to get these early earn charges.
He's saving his haste rune for the bounty runes. So now he has an active haste on the bounties, and he can secure 2 here. Ooh, but Dubu...
unless Dubu's get the moves.
Yeah, Dubu, yeah, Dubu's got it. And the top side, it's going to be a bit of a fight over the bounty runes.
That might secure his escape.
And yeah, with the haste rune wearing off, yeah, they can't actually punish him for doing this. EG did punish Moon's Rubik for going for a bounty rune. They had numbers and it rotated.
I level that one.
Yeah.
I was so greedy to go back to the tower with that.
There we go. Crit's got his earn charges, so that's going to give him a bit of extra gank potential. The Tombstone Gold, plus 125 for Abed.
That's actually a big deal, these earn charges. I feel like their lineup, it lacks a little bit of damage for these early ganks. And oftentimes, like, if you have one extra nuke of anything, like, you're getting a double kill instead of getting turned around on.
Yeah. See a quick pause come out here and kind of take stock of where things are at. Storm, 45 last hits. A lot of those are, well, some of those have been neutrals. But very good
if you want to watch a mid player who's very efficient with his mana, I used to always say, like, Topson and Abed, actually. Like, how they farm from the mid lane is very, very solid. Like, they'll never miss a drop of efficiency. I remember watching Abed when he's first coming on the scene, and this guy would drop his, like, Null Talisman or Wraithband in order to use his Fairy Fire. In the clutch fights, like, when you're fighting to the death. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, no, you're, like, both, like, 10 HP, and he's dropping his items to Fairy Fire. But when you do stuff like that, you will eco efficiency. It's like, we have such an old game, but you can still win this game with, like, these sort of reverse AI plays, I like to call them. Like, you're not really interacting with the other player, you're just doing better.
Well, 6-minute rune gonna spawn bottom. Abed. Yep. Having the mid game of his life.
The thing is, this Beastmaster actually has a level advantage on the PL bottom, and I don't know, PL's like supposed to counter Beast, but if you don't have additional nukes to kill... Oh, good rotation on Abed, but he doesn't have pull.
Wow, saw it coming. And yeah, just no points in the pull. Insta TP, I guess he assumed a pull was coming when the TP happened, so he kind of, I wouldn't say panic, but he just preemptively TP'd to stop the storm killing him. But yeah, no points in Vortex.
Did he see that it was a regen rune? Or did they just know that he got something bottom?
I know Moon was on top of the ramp. They knew the rune was bottom.
I don't think they saw it.
I don't think they saw it. He might have showed somewhere. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. The thing about that play is, like, it's not so bad for Abed just because it's regen. But I feel like what happened there was Arteezy's calling that the Beastmaster was playing too far up in lane. He knows that Abed got a regen rune, but he didn't click Abed to check for if he has pull or not. Because it's like a lot of stuff to check for if you're calling the gank. So then the comms like, oh yo, we can kill this Beastmaster, which is like a really good call by Arteezy, honestly. But then you don't have pull. So then it's like, it gets sort of weird there, you know?
Is that just like a matchup thing where you don't get pull against the Wind Ranger usually? Because usually you see Storm get pull at level 3 or 4.
I mean, I don't play a lot of Storm, so I can't talk about it too much, but I feel like you should always have pull. But that's because I'm a support player, so I want my core to have first item BKB, just ruin all their games to make my life easier.
I've seen it when they feel like they're going to get away with a lot of neutral camps, they just skip it.
Yeah. No, that is pretty much how it works. I feel like if you're going to skip it though, like, and you're planning for neutrals, usually you would max the static remnant anyways, though. I think he's gonna save the point for it now at 7.
And oh yeah, sorry, they're from Knoxville. His dude was on this Undying. I think he said it's only the 3rd game they've actually picked it, but they're undefeated so far.
Ooh.
You know, 2-0. Time
this
to,
game is
you know,
really slow tempo. I mean, right now, Beastmaster has 6, he has his Necrobook. This game should come down to basically is like, do EG have a way to stop this Beastmaster from pushing this tower? Because if Beastmaster opens up the map here, like, it's very hard to deal with this hero. Tidehunter doesn't have the levels or resources because his lane went not the greatest to actually stop this. This is a free tower.
Yeah, EG trying to make a similar move up top, but that's a PL. It's not going to push towers anywhere near what a Beastmaster can, so...
And Ursa can just stand in front of that tower for now. And he's doing a really good job here. I see a lot of carries just like get out of there, but sometimes like you need to sacrifice a bit as carry for the greater good. And all Tamao has to do is, you know, he's maybe losing 1 medium camp in the jungle, but he's stalling out like 30 seconds for 4 to 5 Radiant heroes. Just because Ursa stands there, Abbots has to walk over and they're able to take bot tower and put pressure on mid tower.
yeah, look what Dubu did, right? TP'd mid instantly and thinking about dropping the tombstone, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like imagine
the wave
Ursa,
skip, the ward
Ursa
skip,
leaves there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying he's getting hit by tower, so he noticed that there was a ward over here out of his vision.
That's nice actually. That's a cute play. Very cheeky. If Ursa left there, like Undying wouldn't have such a good position on the mid tower. Right now, it looks hard for him to defend. They TP ice ball, but he has to walk mid immediately. This game's slowing down even more.
And Beastmaster's come mid, so there's a Necrobook in a couple of seconds to help with this push, so... EG need numbers and definitely need the Tide to sit in front of this tower, even though he's a little underfarmed.
I mean, this Beastmaster's looking strong right now.
Yeah, Saberlight just drew bottom, and he's like, now just go bottom. Like they're trying to pull EG across the map right now.
It's such good map movement from Undying, honestly. Like, you know you have the tempo advantage, so EG's, like, they're not farming when to walk between lanes, so you can force these rotations, but once they're sitting there, like, you don't have to go up mid. Like, if they want to set 4 to 5 heroes behind the tower, like, just don't go in there. You've already got a map control, you're going to pressure the other lanes, and you should be happy with that.
Ryle? Looking for a TC, but yeah, not going to walk to the tree line. Yeah, that's the hardest argument to make in all of pubs, though. Guys, they brought 5 mid. Just leave. Just walk away. Just let it go. We don't need to throw the black over here. I know you want to, but please.
And you look at EG's draft, they've hit level 6 on some pretty key heroes. You've got Tide Ravage, Death Prophet, Exorcism. If anything, I feel like EG's ready to take a team fight now.
Yeah, honestly, when you're playing versus a Beastmaster that's super farmed, you're basically hoping that he messes up. Because, like, this hero, when he dies, he gives a lot. It's more like he does so much while he's alive that... Like when he's dead, it means more. I don't know if I'm.
It's the brew, you know. It's the
yeah,
same thing.
Like, he's so much map pressure, but like the hero swings really hard between when he has his lanes pushed out versus when the enemy pushes into you. Like if it's the enemy's pushing into you because they have a Tidehunter versus your Beastmaster in lane, then this hero can't do anything. Like he's actually a 0. He's like a 10 out of 10 if the lanes are pushing in because he can just make so many rotations, as his rotations lead to like tower damage and stuff.
Even just then, EG smoked up 2 heroes to go hunt Beastmaster bottom, but he preemptively TP'd out. Saberlight is just like 1 step ahead of EG at all times, it feels like.
Had a lot of good vision in that bottom jungle too. Between like Hawks and Wards and down there as well, so very good eyes on that from Undying.
And this is some TI style pressure right now. Like you're in a best of 1, you're playing for a major, like they don't want to make the super risky moves, and honestly, I don't even know who it favors at this point. Because like, if Beastmaster was a little bit less farmed, then I'd say like EG's line, they have this Tidehunter, they have this PL who's scaling pretty well. But Undying's lineup is like no slouch. And this Urza hero, he's not that bad versus PL, honestly.
EG, they smoke up towards mid. They're near Tomato. Not the best hero to go in because of the Enrage, though. Will they invade this triangle? It looks like they're going to stick around this mid. Maybe just get this T1 mid tower. It doesn't seem like Undying have any plans to defend it, knowing how strong EG are with those ultimates. They're just giving this one up. Dubu maybe going to run in and take the gate. He gets jumped on with the silence. He takes a few spells here. Kick back to the high ground.
He must have flubbed the stone drop, I guess?
Yeah, crit.
I've never seen Crit make that mistake. I've watched a lot of Crit versus Spirit.
Yeah.
And to kind of, I mean, anyway, this is a, you know, BO wants to go to Major, but in some ways this is potentially BO wants to go to TI, because there's only 2 majors before TI. If you don't get to these majors, chances of getting enough DPC points to get to TI is pretty low. So this is a lot of pressure for these teams.
That's honestly, like, the impact of that kill honestly isn't that high. It's more like if it's gonna do anything to damage your psyche. Because, like, I mean, I don't think Crit's the type of person who would be rattled by that, but I would be annoyed by myself at that. And I would think about it, you know? I'd think way too much about it.
That's when you just blame your keyboard and then just move on.
That's true.
You're just
Sorry,
like,
guys,
oh, no,
I was
whatever.
lagging.
Sorry.
Anyone else? Can you guys hear me? Am I a robot? Like, test?
Yeah, he
but like honestly,
right
like
there.
what were they gonna get there? Like they came there for the mid tower, and they might have got a bonus Dubu, but like they're fine with just getting in mid tower. It doesn't affect the game in any way. He still has an earn charge. Like there's really no difference.
Well, Abed's close to his Orchid now. That could open up a few more rotation potentials. But for the most part, Undying, partly why there's so few kills, is just they have such good vision. Ward's in the top of the map, the bottom of the map. The Hawk is behind this tier 1 mid tower, scouting out Fly and Ice, trying to make sneaky moves as we speak. It just sees everything EG are doing right now.
Tomato and Arteezy are trading back and forth in this top slot too, as one moves to the camp and the other like starts the run, but it's almost Ring of Health time.
They have Blink, they have Orchid, it's go time. PL had the Fielder, he made his first move to mid tower, he's going to save his TP and they're going to take a fight bottom. This is a really big moment for EG.
What do you think about this Blink on the Tide? Do you think this is the play?
I think it's good. I think they have this Storm who can like jump in and kill anyone, right? Yeah. So how it works when you have this automatic catch is that you need the team fight to back it up. So like this is a really good kill. A good example of this is like if you look at China, they're like early picking this Rasa hero that I know like the panel really likes. But what they do when they pick this Rasa hero is they pick these like humongous team fights behind it, because this Rasa is going to catch everyone. And if when you catch them, they can't fight you, then you're just going to kill everything. If it's like you catch them and you trade kills or they turn around on you, like these heroes' values fall off really hard.
Yeah, you can see how Ice was playing right there, right? They zip in, he sits in the high ground smoked. And then he never just jumps in, he just waits and waits.
I think it's really good, because like you're okay, I think both teams feel okay scaling to late game, but your mentality in Dota is never like, guys, we have the better late game, let's turtle and farm and just do nothing for like 35 minutes and hope that RTC carries us. Like maybe that is what they do in law games, but like
Undying, they get the shackle, but there's a Blink Rabbit from Ice, catches out 3, catches the Urge, and the Roach ends on him as well. Exorcism from Fly, that's gonna be able to catch Saberlight as well, and it's looking like it's gonna be 3 quick kills. Only a Spirit Siphon stolen from the Rubik and right into the Rochamp pit with all the ultimates, with Medallion as well. This will be an easy one.
Amazing. Honestly, so good by EG there. And it was like, you can see like, honestly, that's like a bit of difference in experience there. Like, the bounce runes are spawning, and EG have their timing. Like, how Undying went for that bounce rune was really casual. They're like, oh, it's like a pub. I'm going to just drop to the bounce rune and take it. And EG are like, no, we're a top 2 major team. Like, there's no way when we have our timing, you're getting anything on the map for free. Like, and they punish them super hard there. Like, that's one of the biggest swings in the game is when you get this Roshan. And they got 3 kills on it to add it up. And they're going to get all the lanes out because they got these 3 kills. So now they're going to have Aegis and positive map pressure.
Blink coming in huge from Ice as well. Just like, you know, Bryle's relying on that wind run. And if there's going to be a Blink Ravage like that, you're not going to have any opportunity. And the same thing goes for Tomato too in this game, right? So before these BKBs, the fear of Ice is very real.
Right, now there's no Ravage or DPL. Even though there's this Aegis, you know it's on the PL, they should make a move on Undying here. They almost feel like they have to make a move, to be honest.
They're going to get this tier 1 mid tower just with the Zoo, the Necrobooks, the Boars. No Heroes Committee. You can see it feels like they're playing very timidly in some ways. They've only got the 1 kill. They're only taking towers when they know it's safe, but they have kept this game very even. So despite EG's big win there, it is still less than a 1k gold lead going the way to EG.
I think, like, EG, they're playing that pretty well. Like, they use their cooldowns, they're okay just giving up that mid tower. And what they should understand is, like, they have this Aegis, so for the next 5 minutes, like, even though they lost this mid tower, they should have controlled the middle of the map. Because what will happen is, like, when you have this Aegis, your heroes can play, like, it's not just the Aegis hero, because you know you're that much stronger in the fight. Like, you can play slightly more aggressive on the map, which generally translates to you can push lanes further than you normally would be able to. So even though they lose this mid tower, like, I expect this mid lane will still be pretty shoved.
Why do you think they gave it to Arteezy and not Abed?
I'm not too sure. I think it's because, like, Arteezy this game can basically only die to Roar. I mean, he can get shackled and die, but if you can only die to Roar, like, they can force fights really well around him. And I think they also have recognized that, like, Dire has nothing for PL this game. Like, they have this Ursa Battle Fairy, which is, like, not bad, but generally, like, PL is countered by mid-heroes, and Windrunner only counters PL for, like, the first, like, 20 minutes of the game. Because, like, you focus fire the real one and you burst him down. Like, as the game gets later, it's harder and harder to do that. And, like, as soon as PL gets to, like, Diffusal, MKB, or Rapier, or whatever he's getting, like, your game progressively gets harder as Windrunner. So yeah, pauses, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've been fortunate. Not a whole lot of pauses throughout most of the matches so far.
I'm actually surprised with so many, but you know, the best of one nerves, you all pause, calm down. I mean, that's probably just some technical issues, but
yeah, EG gonna use their advantage to take this tier 2 top.
That's a pre-20 minute.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, Saberlight's trying to equalize bottom.
They have a glyph. Both teams have a glyph.
20. Oh man, this bottom tower will be so nice to get.
Oh, the last hit kills the wagon at top. That was very nice from him, and the wagon actually stays the live bottom. I think you want to defend this tower bottom, but
yeah, this feels like a waste of the Aegis pressure.
They were just short of their ultimates, no Ravage, no Exorcism for another 5 seconds, so maybe they just didn't feel confident going down there.
I'm not sure, actually. I feel like EG with this Aegis have given up too much map control compared to what I expected. Like, PL's gonna TP down here anyways, right? It's like, this is something that Carry started doing from Ramses. It's like, when the wave pushes, like, really close to your tower, like, you'll see Ramses TP down there on VP before, and his entire team will, like, cover him. They'll form, like, a wall. They're gonna march into a jungle, and they're gonna let PL farm all the way from his tier 3 all the way to the enemy tier 1. And he's gonna get, like, 1,500 GPM. It's something ridiculous in farm.
It feels like with the Aegis, he could have just TP'd to that tier 2 and almost solo defended it.
Yeah,
or
that's what I felt like too.
TP and then defend it.
But honestly, they know better than me. Like they have like some idea for the game in their head, and maybe it's like a lot of the times they're feeling like you're looking for the correct team fight, and you don't really want to jeopardize it by like taking a stupid fight.
We had the stat from Knoxville there where these two teams are actually tied in terms of now, after this 20-minute Roche. So they've both taken 5 before 20, but Quincy Crew, interestingly enough, our other team today, only had 1 Roche before 20 minutes.
Now, honestly, that doesn't surprise me a lot, because Quincy play very heavy on hero kills. Like, they do a lot of their map movement just to kill off heroes, and then the heroes translate into map control. Like, I don't think you'll see them... They'll sneak Roches, but they won't, like, put it as a priority. They'd rather, like, after they kill heroes instead of kill Roshan, they're push out lanes and looking for more hero kills.
Yeah, they just, like, stomped so many games, though. You would think there'd be more than one.
What's happening in this game? Like, they're just trading every tower.
Yeah, they're just mirroring each other. EG go bottom, Undying go top. EG get top tier 2, Undying get bottom tier 2. Now they're doing the same thing on the opposite sides of the map. And it does feel like Undying are about to get a whole lot stronger. When they get these double BKB on both Wind Ranger and Ursa, they're going to be able to match up against the Tide in these teamfights a lot better.
It almost feels like they're trying to take all the towers before that happens.
Yeah, I mean, basically, both teams, when you're doing this, it's like either you're really scared of them, which, honestly, it looks really hard for Undying to fight them at this moment without the BKBs. Or like,
20-minute mark approaching with bounty runes and potentially, I don't think they're going for the outpost, but they do want to try and take a fight.
They don't have any wards right now, so the smoke feels a bit awkward.
Good old Dubu gonna tank the smoke gank maybe.
Ice is just gonna go for that thing though. Oh, he's too late. Yeah. Unless they both go for it.
Oh,
Team, help me!
Try and fly, help him!
Outpost!
Storm gets it! Oh no! Maybe a fly had also just
they're gonna get Arteezy here.
Oh? Arteezy?
Oh, Arteezy's charging at him.
He's only got 20 seconds on this Aegis, but they may just kill him twice. He's completely alone. They still got focus fire as well. Arteezy, doppelganger, can he juke this one? He sends the illusion away, they roll the illusion! Arteezy has just juked the hell out of them! Oh no, and now EG is showing up. The Storm going to go in with the Blink Ravage as well! EG have turned this one around! All off of an Arteezy doppelganger juke. They've got 2 kills already in this fight. Kamado's on the run, just using his BKB defensively, but that's about to wear off, and Abed body block him. Has the Vortex in a couple of seconds, which he's not going to need. Kamado, jump onto the high ground. Iso says doesn't have a gush. Abed luckily out of mana, but Crit gets him with the roll, kicks him back in. The pull is there, and now they're going to lose Kamado. 3 down on Undying side. They want more. Arteezy, just no answer to his TL army as he takes out Dubu. That's his 2nd death in the last 60 seconds, and EG get a huge lead off of that.
I can't even, man. That was like a coin flip roar.
Oh.
That's so unfortunate. Very well done by Arteezy. I mean, that's the classic. You know, you got the 100% HP guy on the hotkey, and Arteezy juked him. He got him good.
I'm not gonna lie, like that was a shit ass play from Arteezy. Like his team showed top. He's going for this bounce rune. Like he knows his team chased him out. But like part of the mark of a good player is like you can turn these bad situations, and sometimes like luck is just part of it, you know. And one person Undying thinks they see like an illusion twitch more than shit. They're going on mid.
Yep. Saberlight not gonna go down. The one helping keep him alive.
Like one. I can't believe that worked so well for them. Like,
yeah.
It was going to be such a bad death, but they just, you know, EG turn it around. They back up their boy, and it's looking pretty good for them now. And I want to mention, I really like that play from Adler there. He just jumps mid, but he's not planning on killing him there. He forces his Wind Ranger TP, and all of a sudden, like, I mean, these TP scrolls are incredibly devalued this game because all the towers are dead, but it's still good to force those out because you know, like, when you pressure it somewhere, they're not going to be able to react properly. They're going top with a smoke, looking for RTC.
He's got his
He's got a
too,
Reaver. He's pretty tanky here. Gonna get shackled though.
Shackle.
They catch him, and I think they're gonna just have to let RTC die. He gets lifted as well, so that's one health. Surely doesn't get out of this. That's the first kill Undying have gotten since the laning stage. Since like 2 minutes in the game.
Since Ice. Since the very first kill. The first
that
blood.
Was 20 minutes ago, I want to say. It's a big kill, though.
That is a big kill. And, I mean, it's not as... Arteezy died, but there's no Roshan spawning. It's a smoke, so, like... like, that wouldn't be... That's not that bad of a death. The death under Ancients, I'm still bothered by it, because it would be such a bad death. But it's not. It's such a good play. That bothers me.
That's the Dota right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Unintended interactions, you know. Abed, maybe?
That's an Eighth Lens Rubik. If he got caught in a lift, that could have been dangerous, but...
I've had to recalibrate my telekinesis range. I just assume it reaches like 2 screens over at this point.
It's so far.
It's actually unreal.
I played with, my friend was playing Rubik versus Pudge yesterday, and he got 8th Lens, and he had like max out 3rd spell and everything, and he just hooked them from like the throne into deep in their fountain. Like it was ridiculous.
Especially if you find like a neutral item to extend it even further.
Yeah. So Saberlight's also going for the BKB. I really like this on Beastmaster. His other cores have BKBs. You might as well sync up and just be strong at the same time. Oh, Moon mid.
Long zip. Abed misses the zip damage, but shouldn't matter. Gets an easy kill on Moon.
Yeah, we saw Knoxville say this was like the lowest kill count at 20 minutes across the entire DPC of all games, and I think like that kind of speaks to how we're in the team fight in this game. Like everyone's just down for that, so BKBs are the way to go for sure.
Can they stop this road? Yeah, they smoked up. They don't have Rubik. He does a buyback, but there's nothing to TP to, so I don't think we're going to be seeing a buyback. Power Shock going to be looking to figure out what's going on in the pit. Arteezy's just going to be hard committing by himself. Exorcism should be wearing off soon. Abe goes in with the Blink Ravage on the Tide. Ice does not get the Ursa. He gets the BKB on the time. Tomato needs to find a good target. He can't get onto Arteezy though. He's just been kited around during his BKB. The Magnetize catching everyone on the Undying side, and Bryle full retreat. His BKB about to wear off, and Abe going to get him as it ends. Forcing out several buybacks. The Ursa gets whittled away by the PL, and this is not looking good for Undying. One by one, they are falling. One by one, they are dying. Abed's out of mana, luckily. Can't pull anyone else back in, but EG have won the fight and have potentially secured themselves Roshan.
These Ravages by Ice have just been on point.
Yep.
Like,
one BKB got off, but not Bryles.
Yeah, and I love how they're playing these fights. Like, they know they have the vision. A lot of teams are like, oh, let's wait for them to come to the Roshan pit. But you don't want that scenario where, like, Roshan's sort of hitting you from behind, the enemy team's coming in front, they get to drop on their spells. Instead, oh, they're under vision. Just split-second decision, jump them. And, like, EG immediately stopped doing the Roshan. They're not like some pub carries who just keep hitting a Roshan. We're trying to kill them. And the end result is that you get the fight win and you get the Roshan.
Man, they left both these bounties up top for Abed too. Unnecessarily, might I add, with his Bloodstone. Ice might go back, but he walked right by it. It's cool.
He's so rich, he doesn't need the bounty rune.
Yeah,
and Ice is really farmed, actually. I don't know how this happened, but he's 3rd in net worth in this game. He has really good items this game, too.
Yeah, considering he was Blink first, and then he wasn't even the one who was getting the kill gold or anything.
Yeah, no, he's playing. His play this game has honestly been phenomenal, and like his items are so good for this game. Like something that I think, oh, unfortunate DCs, more pauses. Something that I think teams have been getting better at is that you don't have all one type of damage. I can't remember who it was. I think it was CCNC. It was talking about when this DP hero is good, like as a mid, way back. And he was saying how DP is a good hero when they only have one type of damage. And I was like sort of confused by that statement, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Because like, if you have to itemize versus magical and physical, you can't get any offensive items, and your hero doesn't scale properly.
Right.
In this game, like they have 0 magical damage on the Undying side. Like you can look at EG, like their damage is very mixed. You cannot buy like this Tidehunter is going to buy Halberd and he's going to buy Shivas, and like nothing can touch him and nothing can touch his team.
Yeah, Tide and PL are two like big hood heroes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no need for it at all this game. That's like such a good investment to skip.
You can just get these armor or tanky items and then go straight to the scaling or like offensive items. And it's like, it's not just like, oh, I'm tanky now. Because you can get more offensive items, the enemy feels like, honestly, they can't even invest in the defensive items. They're just gonna die more. Or if they do have the gold, like they cannot get the items they want to get.
Yeah, you're not picking anything yourself on the side of Undying. Pretty much Hesgo Maelstrom, Hesgo BKB, Hesgo Eggs.
I guess their magic damage is the Maelstrom on Windrunner, and they're like a Fade Bolt. Like, it's really nothing to write home about.
It feels like once they got to that last pick and had to grab this Wind Ranger, like, yeah, it's a Bryle special, but it wasn't the answer to the PL they needed. The Leshrac got banned, like, that would have been the almost only hero that could have salvaged right now.
I think it's time for him to be the hero, you know? He's posting the anime images. I don't know what they are. I gotta do my research for the Dota one, but he's got a Blink Dagger. He's got Aether Lens. It's time to become Moon Meander.
Unfortunately, this is just the best of one, and things are falling apart. Just pickoffs now coming EG's way.
The problem is, see, I played with Mr. Jackie Mao many years. How anime works is you have to lose first. You know, you have to be on the comeback.
Well, so, they're there right now. I mean,
yeah, but this game is too much of a comeback.
So the comeback comes in their next BO1 is what I'm hearing.
Maybe, hopefully for them. I mean, the nice thing about this format is they have some time to recoup their thoughts.
Yes.
You have to play right after you lose in elimination matches, like some other tournaments do. I don't even know the formats of our region, but it's happened to me a lot in the past. Don't like it.
Yeah, so Quincy Crew awaiting the winner of this best of one. Whoever does lose will get a bit of a breather before their deciding match. But EG right now, posturing on the high ground, looking to break the base of Undying, and there's just no answer. This PL is just taking buildings one by one. They're going to commit the Exorcism now as well and basically just speed things up. Force Undying to make a play, or force Undying just to give up these wrecks, which seems to be the answer now.
That PL Doppelganger skin, it's very noisy. You guys see it?
Yeah. Same thing with Saberlight
right
and his,
there.
Whatever that, the emblem, RTZ, they both got the little emblems going on too.
Very fancy.
Oh, that's why it's, okay, yeah. That's what
they pull fly back in, focus fire, they're going to blow up the Death Prophet and EG. Side, they just want to disengage for now. They haven't got these racks yet. They were, very slowly chipping away at it, even with the Exorcism, so they may actually defend this one on the side of Undying.
EG don't even care, man.
Yeah,
we're down
4v5.
Like, oh, free fight win.
Yeah,
this Arteezy is really hard to burst. He has heart, he has the Eagle Song, he has cheese.
Test that. He gets the Manta off and then doppels away. Roar comes out. That's on Abed. Abed! He's in trouble. He's got the Aegis though. That's one kill onto him. Now the Glyph comes into play. Can they go the second time? There's going to be a Ravage to protect him. He gets stunned immediately on respawn. A great shackle onto Abed, but their Tide Ravage protected him as Abed now goes on the offensive, takes out the Ursa. Beastmaster could be next. He manages to just barely get back to the fountain as EG will take the racks and run, knowing that they no longer have their ultimates. Great play from Ice Ice again. That was a sick shackle. Did Bryle hit him with the shackle as he respawned from Aegis, I believe?
Yeah, the first time too, he died because the Rubik Glyph finished and it stunned him. That was some very nice timing from Undying. I like what EG did there though. Like the DP died, but they traded their 5 who had already used Exo for the Ursa BKB. So because of that, they know that they cannot fight them, even though it's 4v5. I think like one theme that I've seen this game is like this team fight in this best of one. I think it's gonna start to move up this priority list. Like even Quincy watching this game, they're gonna realize that like in these best of ones, like I see this a lot at TI. It's part of why people think China's always done so well at TI is they pick a shit ton of team fight.
Can they get to the
so
outpost in
hard to
time?
fight them.
Oh, go.
I think you have to go for kills. You can't go for the small plays. You have to go for like the 100 to 0 fight here.
You see Exercise, but that is the last hero they want to go on. They're going deep into the enemy side of the map, hoping for some kind of, you know, PL or Storm Spirit to show up for a bounty room, but that is not going to happen.
And the concept of that smoke was like pretty good, honestly. Like you're this far behind, any pick matters because hopefully you can snowball a pick into a fight. You don't have Ursa with you, so you can't really go too ham on the mid, and also you just can't fight them. So they're hoping like some supports like, ooh, I'm gonna go take a strong and get some bounty runes, and surprise, you know, there's 4 heroes there.
Well, Arteezy now has a butterfly to go with his heart. He's going to go onto the high ground, has the Orb of Destruction to give him even more pushing power.
His allies are so far away, and it just does not matter at all.
Yeah.
This PL is pretty much unkillable. Oh, did he use cheese? Or no, he gave it away to Avid. Yeah, he doesn't even need that cheese and he's playing like this.
Like, Rax is going to go down without any fight whatsoever. They do lift up Arteezy. Are they trying to force this fight? It looks like they're considering it. They get the Axe Vortex pull on Avid, catching out 3, setting up a perfect team fight. Perhaps it's Madu gets the BKB up, he gets some mana back as well. He's just hitting Illusion, so he can't find the real PL. Instead, it's Dubu and Rubik, the 2 supports going down. So Madu's BKB wears off, and that's the end for him. Nice roll from Crit. Going to catch Prowl in the fountain. That's going to force out a GG as Avid gets one last Vortex pull. A rampage for Arteezy. Puts a perfect exclamation mark on this game.
All right, Arteezy dies at the Ancients. Is that a parallel universe where Undying turned this game and they don't get 4-man ravaged?
Honestly, I don't think so. Like, it would have been much better for Undying. The game would have been closer, but honestly, this game was like, it was honestly sort of a difference in class. Like, not in terms of like skill, but in terms of like mindset and experience. How EG approached this game, like, they never felt they could lose at any point in the game.
Yeah. It felt reminiscent of the first time these two teams met because it felt like there was a difference in class even in that best of 3, but Undying really, you know, showed something special when they played Quincy Crew, which, do you think it's a matchup thing? Like, why do Undying look so different when they play EG compared to Quincy Crew?
I mean, I think their game plan versus Quincy Crew was better. Like, they tried to adopt some weird game plan versus EG, but versus Quincy Crew, they're trying to play, like, hyper tempo, fight them for kills. We saw them, like, ready to react to Quincy Crew's moves, and it doesn't seem like they match up very well versus EG's more of a sit back and take the right fight and do the right like thing to win the game at the right time. Quincy Crew will like, even if in my opinion it's like not the 100% correct play, Quincy Crew will run at you, and it's like sort of OG style. Like they will mess up, you will mess up more because there's so much tempo and pressure coming for you. And I think Undying, like they've psyched themselves up to play against that so much that they will play well versus Quincy Crew, but it looks like they'll falter a bit versus EG.
Yeah. This game just got broken down into like a couple team fights, you know? Like the EG kind of condensed this game into places where they actually wanted to play Dota. Despite Undying having those nice moves where they were like kind of pulling EG around the map and things were looking good for a little bit there, but they couldn't actually convert that into anything other than like a couple unfortunate team fights where basically Ice just everyone played really well in EG, but like he definitely was the backbone in a lot of those engagements, you know?
No, I agree for sure. Ice, how he played was so good. Like this guy, imagine you're playing a TIE Hunter, right? You're going against Ursa and dying in lane, you get first blooded, and this is what you do in the game. Like he hit every single perfect ravage.
Yeah, very well done.
A great performance. We're going to see if EG can back it up. They've got to take on their biggest nemesis in the NA region. It's Quincy Crew up next, and if they win, they're going to the major, and they're going to the major as the #1 seed in North America. So we're going to head back to the panel, break down this game, and get ready for our next game after a quick break. We'll see you then.